Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today I want to do a quick review on the Daniel Defense DDM4V7. This one is the Mil Spec Plus. All Mil Spec Plus means is the color of the rifle. So don't, even though Daniel Defense does go above and beyond Mil Spec at times, that's not what the main name means. It just is the color of this rifle. They also have different colors called Tornado and a few others. But if you see that, that's what it is. This is excellent rifle. Worth every penny in my opinion. This has been the flattest, lowest recoiling rifle that I've ever owned and ever shot. 16 inch. What you get in the V7 is a 16 inch barrel. The barrel is thinner and then it widens out right before the gas block here and it stays thick all the way out to the end. You do get an A2 flash hider, not a specific A2 flash hider. This is actually Daniel Defense's proprietary flash hider, but it works like that. It also has this cut in it right here to get you set up on a wire or something like that. If you need to break it, you can either twist it or shoot it, whatever you need to do with that. Completely free-floated handguard, M-LOK style. Much prefer M-LOK to key mod. All you need to do is quarter turn whatever you're putting on there, rails, handguards, quick detach, spots. Just quarter turn, take it out, quarter turn, tighten it back down. That's all it takes and you're set. This comes with a mid-length gas system. The gas block comes out to about right here. Low profile gas block. That definitely adds to why this shoots so well, why it's low recoil. And it feels like you're shooting maybe like slightly high power 22, to be honest. That's how well this shoots. You don't need a brake. That's one of the things that kind of drives me crazy. Everyone thinking they have to throw a brake on a 5.56. If you're competing, I get it. You want to get every inch of edge you can get over your competition, so I get it for that. Home defense training, you do not throw a brake on this. You do not need it, especially at this Daniel Defense. It's so flat and the recoil is like barely there. You don't need it at all. You're going to cause a lot of, especially if you're going to fire it inside a home, you're going to cause more concussive hearing loss. I don't even know if that's a word, but you get what I'm saying. It's just not a good idea. A flash hider, in my opinion, for a 5.56 is the way to go. Of course, if you just want a fun range toy, I get that too. Do it up. Do whatever you want to do to it. I'm not judging you at all. But if you're wondering if you need those things, you don't need them at all. These things kind of come and go with trends nowadays too. The shroud around there is becoming popular, and everyone thinks they have to throw one on there because you know, they've seen their favorite YouTuber and Instagram person with them on. And the reason and it's funny because they throw a brake on, then throw that thing on, which kind of cuts down what the brake's doing. It just doesn't make sense at all when you think about it. But again, if it's just something you enjoy, by all means do it. But is it something you need? Absolutely not. Stick with the flash hider. That is your best bet. You're not going to have fireballs coming out. It's not going to bother someone next to you shooting if you're in a team. And if you need to fire it in a house, it's not going to bother your hearing as bad. And I also get that a lot of suppressors attached to brakes. So if you have a brake for that reason, by all means go ahead and throw that on there so you can quickly attach or detach your suppressor. That's a good way for it. Okay, let's get back to the rifle itself. Buy this rifle. If you're looking on the internet and wondering what's the fuss about a Daniel Defense, top of the line, good to go in just about every aspect of the rifle. If you want a quality rifle, Do you need to spend, this was about 16 something. Do you need to spend that at an AR to get a reliable, accurate AR-15? You don't. And in fact, you can cut that number in half and you'll still be good. But if you enjoy certain details and appreciate the manufacturing and research that goes into something like this, this is why I do not like home builds, especially with someone that is inexperienced. They're fun. And again, if you have the funds and that's what you want to do, by all means, go for it. But if you're looking for a serious self-defense training rifle, bet your money on this one. You will be more than happy that you spent the money and just got something good from the start. There's a lot of research, money and research that goes into these type of rifles. And when you're home building something, you don't have the money or the equipment to go ahead and research everything to make sure it's good to go before you start building it. Everything from materials that attach to each other, barrel length, gas block length, buffer weight, just all these tiny little details, trigger, safety, what kind of material to use, what materials can't you use with one another that don't mate up well. These are all things that these companies, and especially Daniel Defense, go through the time and money to research to make sure they have an A1 product. And Daniel Defense has knocked this out of the park. I'm highly impressed with what you get for what you pay for. Let's go over what this specific one has here. You get your aluminum. I'm not sure what grade. I know it's a high grade aluminum, so no worries there with materials. Free float M-lock handguard or rail. Easy to attach stuff you don't need, and you're losing weight by not having Picatinis bottom and both sides. And you also get off-angled attachments if you need to as well, instead of just 90-degree options for you there. And again, you're cutting weight. This is a very light rifle for what it is. And even though it's a light rifle, it still shoots like a heavy rifle, if that makes sense to anybody. It shoots very flat, low recoil, just very good. And then in a minute here, I'm going to compare it to my $700 AR and see what kind of differences you're getting for what you're paying. The handguard comes with it, or vertical grip comes with it. I always roll with a vertical grip. I just like having that ability to have something to help not only control my rifle where I want it to go from side to side, but also give me a little bit of pressure to pull back on and pull it in my shoulder nice and tight. Some guys like the angle grips, whatever you prefer, but this happened to come with this one. They don't come on all versions of it, just the one I had at the store, this one actually came with it. This one, when you buy a Daniel Defense, it comes with a card and it shows you the day it was manufactured, who inspected it, all that jazz. And this was built I got it about a week after it was built and it was shipped. So this was pretty much coming straight off the line. All the little details are well hit. The rail lines up with the handguard, nice Picatinny, nice and straight all the way back. You also get a 32 round magazine. These magazines are amazing. I don't hear too many people talking about them. Definitely above your Magpols, 100%. They are a polymer and carbon fiber mixture, which this other AR I have over here is as well. But Daniel Defense has, I don't know how they did it, but they got that mixture perfect. This thing is rock solid, still a little bit of flex, but much more rigid than a Magpul magazine. And again, you're getting a 32 round capacity, so you can download one or two and still have your 30 or 31 rounds. It comes with this base plate. That's what's gonna, if you do a lot of reloads and practices, or just drop it in general, this is supposed to handle a lot of that impact so you're not breaking your base plate. But I have a lot of confidence in these magazines. They have a great texture on them, and all around just fit well. And again, if you're looking for new magazines, definitely look into these Daniel Defense 32 round magazines. Excellent, excellent magazines. Okay, let's get back to the rifle here. Just mil spec all the way, and like I said, above and beyond on some of the options here. The barrel is great, hammer forged. When they go ahead and drill out, I'm not sure if they button rifle it or they drill, but when they do cut in or make that rifling of the barrel, they also cut the chamber in the same step. What that's going to give you is more accuracy, more precise chambering and bore alignment. What a lot of companies do is they'll bore all the way down and do their barrel first, and their rifling first, and then they'll take it off one machine, put it up to another, and then do the chambering, which holds your brass. So that your chambering is going to go ahead and look like the round you're using when it comes in there next down, and then it's going to fit around that bullet nice and snug. So you can imagine when they're doing that all in one step, it's going to be nice and straight with your barrel and rifling. That is one reason why this is also a good accurate rifle. Again, in a 16-inch barrel, you got your mid-length gas system. That also helps in the recoil absorption and the flat shooting. How flat shooting that this rifle is. A lot of companies will bring that gas block back, and even an inch or two makes the biggest difference in the world. Mil spec buffer tube. Everything is nice and staked. Castle nut staked. Great bolt carrier group. Again, that's the heart of your rifle. Very important material to get right. On the dust cover, before I take this apart here, it is a polymer dust cover, but that isn't gonna make or break your rifle. So that's one way that they use to cut the weight. Good to go there. Has an ambidextrous safety lever. On this side, this is the shorter side. I'm a right-hander, so I use this side. It is polymer, but it's a little bit stiff when you first get it. But once you do some dry fire or some real fire, and you're moving that back and forth, it'll break in nice and good. You get two extras with this. You get a long one and a short one like this. So you can put two short, two long, or vice versa, and mix it up however you want it. Forward assist, magazine release, pistol grip has this overmolded rubber texture to it. Excellent texture. I really like this pistol grip. Has a better angle to it, more flatter than your traditional mil spec pistol grip. And the trigger guard is also part of the pistol grip. So what you get is an enlarged trigger guard here, but it's all one piece. If you wanted to, you can cut that off, put something else on there, but it's good how it is, so I'm not going to change anything about that. But you have that if you need it. Trigger is nothing amazing, but it's good. You're getting a quality mil-spec trigger, nice and crisp. And but there's nothing to brag about there, but it is still excellent for what it is. They make models, Pro Series versions, and it has your Geisley trigger in there, heavier barrels, and you'll get a brake on there with it. I was looking at the Mark 12 and comparing it with this one. It's a couple $100 more than this. If that's a big deal to you to have a Geisley trigger and a muzzle brake, then by all means go for it, and a heavier barrel. You are getting a lot of bang for your buck. Those things weren't important to me. I'm not going to be using competition with this rifle, although you could. This is pretty much ready to go. You can upgrade as you go if you wanted to compete with it. But this is my home defense training and professional rifle that I'm using here. That's why I bought this one. Okay, let's get back. I can't say how good this is gonna last. The rubber overmold on it. I have a feeling that it will not peel, but I'm not 100% on that. So don't quote me as saying this is definitely gonna last. I don't know that yet. But from what I hear and from what I've seen so far, they've all held up. You get QD attachment points on the rail, one here, same on the other side, and then you have one all the way out here. For now, I'm running mine close, and then you can either go behind right here for another QD slot, or you have two, one on either side on the buttstock here. I run it back here. As soon as I get my adjustable sling from like Viking Tacticals or the Decker sling, I'm going to go ahead and move this position out all the way out to the front, and that'll give me some adjustments there. You can use it without moving this QD position, but it's much more secure if you move that to where you need it. But it will kind of hold out here, just don't rely on it without that QD slot. Let me see what else here. 6th position buttstock. It's a little bit stiff when you first get it, but lube it up a little bit and move it back and forth, and it should break in nicely. Now let's go over the heart of this rifle and just about any AR. The bolt carrier group. Excellent bolt carrier group with some kind of coating on it, phosphorus, nitride. I don't know, and I really don't care. But from what I hear, it will hold up to full auto if you need that. It's properly staked, gas key, and chrome lined on the inside here. I don't know if you could see that. Yeah, that chrome lining that goes all the way through on the inside there. Of course, you got your DD logo. Just nothing spectacular, but how it's done well. You can rely on this 100%. The feed ramp, I'm not going to bother to try to get a close-up with that, but the feed ramp is polished, and it's polished all the way down to the receiver. A lot of rifles will only polish the star chamber or your locking lugs, whatever you like to call them, but when it comes in contact with the receiver, they either won't cut it, it'll be flat, or they won't polish it, so sometimes you'll get jams that way. This polishes and it makes a uniform pattern with that locking lug or your star chamber where the rounds will load from right or left. They're both polished, so the round should feed in there nicely. All around, just a great rifle. Like I said, very flat shooting, low recoil, a winner all around. I really don't have nothing bad to say about it. The tightness between the upper and lower receivers dead on. Just a slight amount of wiggle, but it's very tight for what it is, so that should also help with accuracy. What red dot I chose to put on it is the Spark 2 by Vortex. At one point in time, it was aim point or nothing. I would say probably early 2000s, 90s. I'm not sure when I'm going to say 2000 when that came out. But around that time period, 2005 to about 2009, 2008-ish, aimpoint was pretty much the only game in town and the only way to go for reliability. I'm not saying this is the most reliable. I still have to test it more. But I like how Vortex offers the lifetime warranty, and it even covers their electronics. Even aimpoint doesn't offer that kind of warranty. I think they have like a 5-year warranty on their electronics. So I'm pretty confident in it so far. So far it's been performing well. And it was only about $200 for it. I really don't see the reason anymore to spend that $700 on that Aimpoint Micro. If you want to, by all means, go ahead. Not judging you. I'm just saying it's not necessarily any more. The companies have caught up with the market, and there's a lot of great red dots coming out that you don't have to spend a ton of money on, and you get that reliability. Comes with the scope caps. I'd probably end up just taking them off. I have them on for now, but they're not necessary. You have your batteries, takes a CR2032, and your up and down, which are captured by metal wires. Your elevation and windage adjustments. On the side here, you only have an up and down arrow. It's a little bit hard to hit at times, especially if you have gloves on. But all you do to turn it on is hit the up arrow, bang, it's on. It'll stay on for 12 hours if you don't touch it, and it'll automatically shut off after that. The brightness is pretty good. It has a very bright dot for if it's really sunny out, and you can go down dim all the way to night vision mode if you keep pressing on the down arrow for your nighttime shoots. To turn it off, all you have to do is hold on that arrow for about 3 to 5 seconds, and you'll see it shut off, and then you're good. It has a 2 MOA dot. I notice a little bit of haloing around the outside if it's too bright in the kind of environment you're trying to run it, but that's usually not too hard to mess with. And like I said, it's only $200, so you're not going to get everything an Aimpoint gives you in this optic, but I get what I need out of it. As long as it's reliable, that's what I'm testing out to see so far. If not, I always have backup irons to do the job if my life depends on it. And that's about it. Now let's match this up with a $700 AR and see what you're getting here. This is a Bushmaster Carbon 15. This is a polymer carbon fiber upper and lower. So same thing that magazine is made out of, but in the upper receiver and lower receiver. It's not as well done as that magazine. Like I said, Daniel Defense has got that mixture down very tight, and they can do some amazing things with that material. I think they should make a rifle like this with that material, and I think they'd hit a home run. But I'm highly impressed with this. This was $700. Nothing special. It had a plastic delta or a handguard on it, heat with a metal heat shield on the inside. The front sight has been shaved down, so all it is a gas block with the bayonet lug still on it. I just bread tied up this sling because it was getting in my way when I had my handguard down here. I'm just experimenting with this, seeing if I like it on the side, so don't pay attention to that really. But I like having some kind of vertical grip on my ARs. That's how I've always trained with them, and I'm really used to it, to where I'm proficient with an AR when it has some type of vertical grip on it. But this is just a simple pencil barrel, nothing special there. Your gas block, I am getting some gas loss out of this gas block from here, so that's where you're kind of missing the quality there. Your A2 bird cage, nothing too much to say about that. It works though. This is an accurate rifle, has yet to let me down. This thing has been through hell and back pretty much. Hunting seasons, snow, water, you name it, this thing's been out in it and it's performed. It has yet to malfunction one time, even due to bad ammo or anything like that. This thing's ran like a champ. I replaced the pistol grip with a hoe grip, and that's pretty much it. The red dot came with it, and I put the rail on it. So this came just like you see it. I've had people tell me this thing's gonna blow up on you. Oh, that's a cheap rifle, it ain't gonna work. This has worked flawlessly. My only complaint is this top Picatinny rail is a little bit loose, but if you buy this rifle, and just be aware to look at that, it has not moved my zero at all yet. Like I said, this thing has worked great, and then it's done what it's supposed to do. Do you need a Daniel Defense? No. This will work, and it'll work well. Now, if you have the option yeah, go with the Daniel Defense. There's you're getting some more things that you're not going to get with this rifle. One thing I am impressed with Bushmaster, there's a few places they cut corners to give you that rifle at that price. Like I'm not sure if you guys can pick up on that, but the castle nut is not staked at all anywhere around there. There's a few little details like that that may impede the function of it, but it hasn't so far. Just things to be aware of. You could stake that and call it a day. But their bolt carrier group is very high quality. So Bushmaster has put the money where it counts. The barrel is accurate. I think it's chrome lined barrel. Not positive on that. But the bolt carrier group is basically the same thing as that Daniel Defense rifle without that coating on it. And it's a chrome lined on the inside, and the gas keys are staked well. Actually a little bit better than this one. So you're getting some quality parts where it counts with this. Do not let anyone tell you, oh, you cannot, you're not a serious shooter, or you can't defend yourself with anything less than that. No, this worked great. And I've had it for a few years now, and it's done everything that I've asked for and any more. So what's the differences? Barrel, handguard, trigger, some probably higher metal qualities, but the research that's gone into this thing to make it run like it has, and also they're the same length barrel rifles, but this gas block is back about 2 more inches. This thing does have some recoil on it for a 5.56. I still would not throw a brake on it, but this definitely shoots nowhere near as flat as this rifle. If it came down to it, if I was doing a lot of mag dumps for some reason, which should only happen if you're in the military or a law enforcement officer, a situation like that might happen. So for civilian home defense, you're good to go. Get this, call it a day if that's all the money you have, or if you just don't want to spend a ton of money on one, you'll be good to go, more than good to go with this. A couple other name brands out there, Colt, Sig, etc. So don't think that you need to save up to buy something like this to get a quality rifle. This will do the job, and don't let anybody tell you different. Any questions about this? This is what the focus of the video is. It's going a little bit long here, but any questions I didn't answer for you, or if you're wondering about something on this rifle, if you're looking to buy it, go ahead and ask it. I respond pretty quickly to the comments. I'd like to hear your guys' input and help anybody out on their decisions to buy if they have any questions. So there it is, Daniel Defense DDM4V7. If you're wondering if you should get this or the key mod version, I think it's a V11. Stick with M-Lock. I think you'll like it a lot better. I can't make that opinion or that purchase for you, but if you're on the fence about it, I would go M-Lock. That's just my opinion. They also make a Mark 12, same barrel length. Or I think it might be an 18-inch, I'm sorry. A little bit heavier barrel, a couple $100 more with a Geisley trigger and that brake. If that's important to you, go ahead and, yeah, that Mark 12 is just as good. But if you're not worried about that stuff, V7's is the way to go. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and have a good day.